Hey guys, it's Rob here and welcome back to another video. I hope you're having a fantastic time playing a lot of good games. There's been a lot of great games releasing like Hades, Borderlands 4 in some ways. There are some issues with that, but there's also things like Trails of the Sky, which I'm currently playing through for the first time. I've actually never played the series, so that's an interesting experience. But yeah, let me know what you guys are playing down in the comment section below. With that being said, let's get to the news. If you guys end up enjoying this video, of course subscribe and leave a like. But yeah, the first topic is going to be from Capcom. So apparently we're going to be getting some new amiibos for Monster Hunter Stories 3. Now this is a game that I am extremely excited for. I absolutely loved Monster Hunter Story 2 on the original Nintendo Switch. So the fact that we're getting a third one, I am very excited to get my hands on it. Unfortunately, it's going to arrive in 2026, so we'll have to wait a little bit longer, but I'm very excited. So this is what Nintendo Life had to say. Nintendo Amiibo series has gotten a boost in recent times thanks to games like Donkey Kong Bonanza and Super Mario Galaxy Package. Third-party developers such as Capcom have also continued to build the Amiibo line, and now following its Street Fighter 6 series, the same company is teasing at least 3 Amiibos for Monster Hunter Stories 3 Twisted Reflection, and those are going to be on your screen right now, and they look actually really good. The only unfortunate thing about this is that I don't have the money to pay for these, and that really sucks because they actually look really good. I actually really want these. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about these down in the comment section below. Moving on to the next bit of news, I know a lot of people are excited for Final Fantasy VII Remake integrate for the Nintendo Switch 2. We recently got some footage on it running on the Nintendo Switch, and apparently it looks really fantastic. And the great thing here is we will be able to see how it runs on the Nintendo Switch 2. Because if you guys didn't know this, according to Nintendo Life, there's gonna be a demo for Final Fantasy VII Remake integrate for the Nintendo Switch 2, and I definitely will be checking that out, so make sure you guys are subscribed, because I'll probably do a video on my thoughts on how it runs on the Nintendo Switch 2. So this is what Nintendo Life had to say. If you want to try Final Fantasy VII Remake integrate on Switch 2 before you actually purchase it, we've got some good news. According to the game's director, I'm gonna butcher this, Naoki Hamaguchi, probably did butcher that, Square Enix is planning to release a demo for Nintendo's new system by the end of this year. Speaking to Inverse recently, he mentioned how it would help players who are still unsure if this enhanced release is right for them. I don't know why I said that like a newscaster. That was weird. But anyways, let's continue. I wanted to mention that at the end of the year, a demo is coming out for Switch 2 and Xbox. Players who might still be on the fence or unsure about playing, it'd be great for them to experience. Now, the thing about this is I do actually have this on the PlayStation 5, so I definitely am going to rent this from Gamefly, and I will do a video where I'm talking about basically like how it runs, you know, what it's like, especially in handheld mode. I feel like a lot of games, having that experience in handheld mode versus just being connected to the TV and being able to play it out and about and talking about how that feels and what it's like, because certain games are better in handheld mode and do benefit from handheld mode, is going to be a pretty interesting thing. So I'm pretty excited to try this out. And of course, I just love Final Fantasy, you know, so it's just a win-win. Now, speaking of specs, we do know the specs of Dynasty Warriors Origins over on the Nintendo Switch 2. So this is what My Nintendo News has to say. More information has come to light about the recently announced Nintendo Switch 2 port of Dynasty Warriors Origins, and it turns out the action-packed game will run at 30 FPS on Nintendo's latest platform. The game director, Tamahiko Sho spoke to Famitsu and said that they retain the amount of on-screen action, but to do so, they will need to reduce the game's frame rate in order to attain it. So there is that news if you guys are interested in that game. I've never really been too interested in Dynasty Warriors, which is weird because I really do like the Hyrule Warriors games. So maybe I should check those out. That is also kind of strange because Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment does actually run at 60 FPS, and according to like all the trailers we've seen and people who have played it, it runs very smooth. So I'd be interested to see how much enemies are actually on screen compared to that game. But yeah, moving on to the next topic, Fantasy Life I, The Girl Who Steals Time, scores a free DLC update this December according to Nintendo Life, and this is what they had to say. Professor Layton's delay isn't the only news from Level 5 today, so if you guys didn't know, Professor Layton was delayed. That's another piece of news, and we'll get to like the details of that next after this, but let's continue. To help lift spirits, it's now officially revealed that Fantasy Life I, The Girl Who Steals Time, major and entirely free DLC. This was originally teased earlier this year in June, and since it's now scheduled to arrive this December. Now, as for the details of this DLC, apparently it's going to be called The Sinister Broker Bizarro Schemes. It will introduce a new character called Bizarro, and he has some sort of unsettling grin and appears to conceal countless secrets. There's also going to be like new battles, brand new equipment and mounts, and a lot more according to Nintendo Life, which is pretty cool. Again, this is a game that I do want to play eventually, but I got to play through like games that I already have, and then I'll eventually be able to get it, maybe by December. So this would actually be perfect time to pick it up during December. But yeah, for those who actually played it, let me know how it is in the comment section below. Is it fun? I've heard some pretty positive things when it did come out, so I'm hoping it's true, because that's one of the games that were on my list, but unfortunately, you guys know how it is. Money ends up being a little bit troublesome and things get more expensive and you kind of have to sacrifice things, And moving on to the next topic, just as a reminder, there are 2 new Game Boy Advance games added to the Nintendo Switch Online service. This was on the 24th for those who didn't catch it. Mr. Driller 2 and Klonoa. Thought I would mention that if anybody didn't catch that news. And next up, let's talk about something that is pretty interesting, and it's going to be interesting to see how it affects things in America when it comes to the Nintendo Switch. So Nintendo Life says feature, who is Devon I'm about to butcher this again. I suck at names. Pritchard? Is that how you say it? Pritchard? Meet the next Nintendo of America president stepping into Bowser's boots. So yeah, if you guys haven't heard, we do have a new president of America for Nintendo, and it's going to be interesting to see how this affects things going forward. Are things going to get worse? Are things going to get better? What choices are going to be made compared to when Doug Bowser was the president of Nintendo of America? But with that being said, let's get to the details. Nintendo announced that Doug Bowser is retiring from his role as Nintendo of America president on the 31st December 2025. So it hasn't gone into effect yet, but it will in a couple months. After 6 years in the position, Bowser is to be succeeded by Devon Pritchard, a longtime Nintendo of America executive and the subsidiary first female president. Now, according to Nintendo Life, she joined Nintendo of America in 2006, so she's been at the company for quite some time. She was part of the legal department, and this was during the time when Reggie Fils-Aimé actually became the president of Nintendo of America. With that being said, that is the last topic for today. Let me know what you guys think about today's topics in the comment section below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.